wow, we haven't had a chance to get together yet this month. And what an insane, crazy March madness we had. It was by far the most solid month of the whole year. All kinds of promotions. We actually had 51 people promote for the first time in the month of March. And so it was massive, massive success. I know overall as a team, we were up 24% over last month's volume, and a lot of people doubled their volume, which means their checks are going to double. Some people's probably even more than that because of doubling volume. So it was an awesome month. But here's what I know is April has already taken off like a rocket ship. I mean, I can't believe this BOGO has been insane. We have people already enrolled 20 loyal customers. Another girl just enrolled her 10th loyal customer this month. And it's going to be crazy, guys. So we wanted to start off by just congratulating some people, a little bit of recognition, and, you know, just sharing with you guys what happened last month. So if you've been trying to get to the E-Suite, it hasn't really worked for about the last hour and a half now. I think the massive BOGOs that are enrolling right now have kind of gotten it down. So keep an eye on that. It should be back up in the next hour or so. So keep an eye on that. But we had 27 people promote to that first rank of executive. And if you're brand new, to promote to executive, all you need to do is recruit 2 people who each have 400 GV. And GV just stands for group volume, which means between that person's orders and their customers and their distributors and all the orders in their entire team, that's 400. So when you start to build your team, and you get 2 people that each have 400 GV, you get that first promotion to executive. So we had 27 people do that for the very first time last month. Now ranking up from executive to Ruby, and you know, we had some people who've only been in like a month or less and already promoting to Ruby, guys, which is so awesome to see that. And this is the time of year where you can go from being brand new today and promote to Ruby by the end of the month, and you could promote to Diamond as soon as next month. So it's just really, really a crazy time. So listen to all these people. I think we had 15 people promoted to Ruby for the first time. So we have Felicia Burnett, Casey Karras, Andy Marie, Amy Hawk, Shelly Caneller, Hunter Smith, Taylor Bevins, Kimberly Wehunt, Lori Hopper, Stephanie Dietrich, Jillian Haynes, Clarice Countryman, Stephanie Salinas, Jubari Smith, and Marissa Overton. And hey, I apologize in advance if I say your name a little bit wrong. I was never a speak teacher, so I'm just not really great at that, but I'm working on it, okay? So if you send me a voice memo and pronounce your name right, I'll never get it wrong ever again, I promise. All right. Now, here's the next one. This was so exciting. Last month, we had 7 people that not only promoted to the rank of Emerald. Now, when you hit Emerald, you're making on average pay, like you're getting around the $1,000 a month level, which is some pretty cool part-time income, right? But these 7 individuals also earned a $5,000 bonus. Every single one of them, I went and checked their stuff. They're all getting the $5,000 bonus. So we had Destiny Ramsey.
Whoop, whoop.
We had Barbara Miller. Congratulations.
Yes.
Heather Rocco, otherwise known as Lil
Awesome.
Rocco on Facebook. Come on, Heather. Alex Ellis, who is just out there killing it now.
Autumn's sister, right?
Yeah, Autumn Drew's sister. Jeanette Burrows, and my brother Brett Caneller, who it took me 5 years of dripping on to get that boy in the business. He got in the business
almost 6 years.
Almost 5.5 years. So don't ever give up on anybody, guys. He came in this business and he's been rocking it out. His team exploded in Emerald last month and got that $5,000 bonus. So super exciting. We had a person promote to Diamond for the first time. And what I love about this individual is last month they promoted to Emerald for the first time. And then, or in February Emerald, and got the $5,000 bonus. And then now just promoted to Diamond and just out there killing it. And you're going to hear from her in just a little bit. And then finally we had a one person promote to double Diamond in March, which is Mary Lisa Kelly. So congratulations to all you guys. That is just so fantastic. You know, we also had a contest. You know, we like to make things fun. We know a lot of you are very competitive and like to compete and that sort of thing. So we had a cool competition last year where where everybody was able to compete to get on an exclusive Zoom with Pam Souter. So we're going to have like 25 to 30 people on this Zoom this coming up Tuesday. And here are the people who qualified. Now, here's what I want you to understand. And we're doing this contest again, only it's not going to be Pam next time. It's probably going to be like Joel and Stephanie Dunn, or maybe Mike Patillo, or maybe, who knows, maybe we'll get Cindy or Mark Pentecost. I don't know. It never hurts to ask, right? We'll get somebody awesome on there. But everybody who qualified in March either recruited 5 or more distributors or signed up 15 or more loyal customers. So if you're asking yourself, what it kind of takes to be able to get on these exclusive or be at the top of this team, somewhere around there, 5 or more distributors, 15 or more customers, and you're in the ballpark of being top 25, top 30 producers on the entire team. Okay, so here's who these people were. The following individuals signed up at least 15 loyal customers: Nicole Harrington, Ashley McCabe, Clarice Countryman, and Noelle Cruz. These people signed 16 loyal customers: Casey Karras, Amy Allen, and Heather Lil Rocco, right? Starting to see, you're going to hear some of these names over and over, and that's how people are promoting. 17 loyal customers: Tiffany Mojica and Sherry Lindsay. I think that was Sherry's first month, or maybe she's been in a month and a half. These next people signed between 20 and 30 loyal customers in March: Carrie Thompson, Karina Rulis, Michelle Gonzalez, Mary Lisa Kelly, Melissa Hart, Julie Hadsel, Destiny Ramsey, and Lindsay Williams. Now, these other 3 signed between 30 and 35 loyal customers in March, and that was Brooke Phillips. And then Patty Miller and Laurel Greider both tied for the most on the team with 34 loyal customers.
And Laurel
each.
would hate it if I left this part out. She actually enrolled the most enrollments, total enrollments of anybody on the team. So.
42, yeah. But I got to tell you, and you're going to hear from Brooke Phillips in a little bit, but she already has 20 loyal customers already signed up this month.
I think Brooke might knock her numbers out of the water this month.
So she's going to share all her secrets. I thought she was using her Jedi powers, but she says she wasn't. And she doesn't have any guns. She's not using any, things like that to force people.
She's just working her butt off, and she's going to tell you what she's doing.
So how about those top distributor? These people signed between 5 and 9 distributors in March: Stacy Rose, Meech Gonzalez, Jamie Hughes, Brandy McGuire, Amanda Thatcher, Hunter Smith, Carrie Thompson, Patty Miller, Jasmine Cook, Julie Hadsel, and Laurel Greider. Again, when I look at these names, I'm seeing a bunch of people. I've been seeing their charts. I just charted Brandy McGuire last night. She's pushing for Emerald this month. Brand new, only been in the business a couple months. Has like 9 brand new distributors, 9 people on her chart, on her Emerald chart, that have been in the business less than 30 days. So that's nice, healthy growth. We have a lot of new people coming in, and she's going to explode past Emerald this month. So these people enrolled 10 or more distributors in March: Mary Peralta, Rachel Miller, and Noelle Cruz. So congratulations to all of you.
Who was
Congratulations.
the top enroller? Was it Noelle?
I think Rachel and Noelle both had 11.
Okay.
11 distributors. Noelle might have had 12. 11 or 12.
Congratulations, you guys. That's
yeah,
awesome.
Congrats. That's just incredible. So many people. And if I was to go down all the list of people who signed up, like at least had 10 enrollments over the month, it's so many people. It would take the whole time on here just to say all the names. But if you're someone on here and last month you're signing up 5 or more, or 10 or more people, customers or distributors through the month, then you're at the top of the top. I mean, in the entire company. You guys are doing amazing things. So just keep on keeping on. Keep sharing the great news with people, and you're going to have a lot of people signing up as customers and as distributors. So what we want to do now is we want to kind of transition and hear from some of these people. So the first person that we are going to, I don't even know if I've seen her on here, but she never misses, is Rachel Miller on here?
Yeah, she's right. I just saw her face. Where's your face?
Where'd Rachel
she's
go?
right there.
Come on, Rachel. Rachel Miller, you shiny new diamond. Hi. How are you feeling, girl?
Good. I'm feeling awesome. You were like, she's gonna talk soon. I was like, crap, I'm giving my daughter a bath. Like, hurry up.
You gotta be ready all the time, right? You can give her a bath and talk at the same time.
Oh yeah, I was like, stop, scrub. Okay, you're out. You're done.
Awesome. So how did you do it? How did you go from fighting for Emerald in February to get Diamond done in March?
Just put my head down and work. It's definitely teamwork. I'll say that. I definitely could have not done it without them. But it's hard. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I had some mental breakdowns during last month, but you push through because it's do or die, and you gotta look at the outer of where you're going and not right now. So
yeah. Well, and I love too that not only did you promote to Diamond, but you were a top enroller last month. Your entire team.
I told every month I asked Noelle where she's at. I said, how many did you enroll last month? She goes 11. I said, yes, I did 11 too. So I try to keep, like, if I'm keeping at her level, like, I'm doing good. So that's how my mentality goes.
Well, I heard one time from somebody that success leaves clues. So if you are willing to duplicate what someone else is doing that already has what you want to have eventually, then you'll get there. So that's cool that you're reaching out to Noelle, who's a presidential diamond, and you're thinking, hey, if I can produce like pieces, then I'm moving in the right direction, which is true.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of people that you want to be reaching out to and listening to.
And now you're inspiring the socks off of our top money earners on the team. Like, I know Noelle is totally inspired by your success.
Oh.
So it's so deep because I'll never forget the video that you made right after Green Carpet last year.
I don't think anybody's gonna forget that.
But we knew it. We knew when Chad and I saw that video, you were so excited, and the video was epic. You guys haven't seen it. You've got to watch it. But we just knew that you were going to do it. Like, there was that special something in your eye when you left there, and belief. And it didn't happen right away. It was almost, over 6 months later that now this is all coming to fruition. And girl, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
It's one thing to say you're going to do something, and it's another to put the work in and do it. So I'm really proud of you.
Yeah, thank you.
Incredible, awesome job. So one quick tip for everybody that's on here, how, like, say someone on here is brand new and they can believe right now for Ruby and they want to be Ruby by the end of April. What would your advice be to them?
Believe in it. You just got to believe in it. It's something that I totally believe in is my faith, and I think of we have the power of tongue, and you speak it into existence, it's going to happen. And I think a lot of people, if I can say this real quick, I've had a lot of people in the last 2 months come to me and say, oh, God doesn't want to bless me with this, I'm not ready for this and that. And to me, that's complete horse crap. God's not keeping you from a blessing. He's not keeping you from a paycheck. He's not even keeping you from anything. That's the devil. Your mind is so constricted in what he's saying you can and cannot do. He already wants you to be Black Diamond. He's not keeping you from Black Diamond. He's already said you're Black Diamond. But it's your mentality of what you think and believe you can do. If you say you're going to be Black Diamond, you're going to be Black Diamond in the name of Jesus. And you just have to believe it and keep going and keep pushing. And people say no, and people drop, and people quit. People move to other companies. It's going to happen. But are you going to shift? Are you going to break down? Are you going to, there's one thing to break down, but there's another thing to quit. And the only way you can fail at this is if you stop and you don't keep going and you don't keep progressing and keep pushing. My whole family laughed in my face when I started this. And now they're freaking, my mom's Emerald. I just earned my mom her $5,000 bonus last month. And like, that to me, like, I'm like, Mom, like, well, I did it. Like, I was freaking out. And like, it's awesome. And I have double in the bag this month. And I've had a lot of people come to me and they're like, oh, well, God doesn't want to bless me with that, or it's not my timing and this and that. Like, no, it's your timing when you tell yourself it's your timing. It's your blessing when you tell yourself it's your blessing, and you need to run with it and stop letting the devil tell you you're not worthy and you don't deserve it and you're not going to get it. He's already called you to be great. It's your job to walk in his greatness. So I'm just getting shaky because I could preach all day, but like, seriously, like, I just can't stand when people are like, oh, it's not in me, I don't have it, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, you do, you just need to believe it. So get a pep talk and keep going.
Here's what I know. If you believe you can, you can. If you believe you can't, you can't. And last
Yep.
night, one of the pastors that I love here locally, he said it a different way, which was stuck with me. He said, whatever you continually mind, you will eventually find. So when we're focused on success and promoting and learning and growing and moving in a positive direction, eventually that is going to happen.
Yep.
So versus the other way of when we have self-doubt and we don't think we can do it. I mean, eventually that's a self-fulfilling prophecy also. So,
Sorry.
hey, baby girl.
Aw.
Well, hey, Rachel, we just want to say you're awesome. Congratulations.
Thank
And
you.
you knocked it out of the park, and we can't wait to see you continuously just promote again and again and again, all the way to
The goal is ambassador by August. I actually still have my $75,000 bonus on the line. So
So are you
triple
gonna
by
be,
May.
are you gonna be my first ambassador diamond?
I'll do it. It's double this month, triple by May, and then I want to go presidential ambassador. So
well, the way you're working,
Do it.
anything is possible.
Yeah. By the grace of God.
All right, awesome.
Proud
Well,
of you,
thank
girl.
you so much for sharing tonight, Rachel. All right, guys, and now we're gonna bring on her upline who promoted to double diamond, Mary Lisa. Hey, Mary Lisa, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Oh my gosh,
Fantastic.
I'm so excited for you to share your story because just a couple of months ago, you weren't even maintaining diamond, right? So I want you to share because I feel like your story is a story of hope. There were times that you wanted to quit. Like I just want you to be real and be raw and share with everybody kind of your journey because I feel like your story is so inspiring and that they need to understand the struggle because they're going to relate to your struggle. And now we get to celebrate your success. So the floor is yours, girlfriend.
Thanks. I just need to start with saying that if she's going to ambassador, like Jess is going to be your first, and then me, and then Rachel. Or we're all promoting together. It's not going to happen like that, Rachel. I love you, but we're going together.
It's a big
But
one,
yeah, so yeah, it's a lot of red up in here, red and green. But so I started in March of 2016. I actually started a week before I gave birth to my daughter. And back then, my life was really crappy. My husband had to go away. He was laid off for the winter, so he actually went to Chicago. I live in Pennsylvania. He was like 13 hours away, and I was in my last trimester of my pregnancy, working like 12 hours a day, just being miserable. And I knew that I was going to go on unpaid maternity leave, have to come back like 2 weeks later because I couldn't afford to be out. And we were just struggling, like any type of financial struggle, relationship stress, like anything that you can imagine we were going through. And my boss where I was working wanted to try the wraps. So I knew a friend who had done it before. I reached out to her. She was in Jess Palusak's downline. She gave her a wrap. She wanted to become a customer. And my friend was like, you know what, why don't you just sign up and she can be your first customer. So my friend wasn't doing it at the time. She got me on the phone with Jess Palusak, and I ended up taking money from what was supposed to go to my electric bill. And I signed up. I had my 4 wraps like sold before I even got my kit, and I just ran with it. I remember my first month I did like 1 distributor, 8 customers or something like that. I had no idea what I was doing, but I just listened to Jess, and I went Ruby. I think in my first 2 months got the $1,000 double good bonus, promoted to Emerald, and then by my 5th month in the summer of August 2016, I promoted to Diamond, and then I just sat there. I sat there and like I was still recruiting loyal customers, distributors, but it just wasn't enough for me. And like I went through a lot of life in these last 2 years, many times where I've questioned if I'm supposed to be here, many times where I wanted to quit, many times that I went MIA. Like last year after conference, I had a health scare. I had a mass in my sinus, and we didn't know what was going to happen to me. And at that point, I shut down. And that point is like our time of momentum. So it was devastating to me, devastating to my business. And like I kind of just boo-hooed myself for a long time. And things kept getting worse, and things kept getting worse. And they were getting worse because I wasn't working, and I wasn't working because I was getting worse and getting depressed. And it's just at one point, I was like, you know what, I'm done. But then right before I was supposed to go to conference, like I had another aha moment. You know, my car was about to be repossessed. I remember contacting you like, you know, this is a never again. This is a never again for me. Like, I threw my kids in my car barefooted. They were sick. Like, I was running out of the house because I got a call that they were out looking for my car. They were going to come get it. And I had to go to my mom, like, crying, asking for money just to pay for that. I had no idea, like, how I was even going to get to conference, but I knew I needed to get there. And I had the devil testing me, the enemy, whatever you want to call it if you're not religious. Like, every obstacle that could be put in my way before going to conference was put in my way. Like, I didn't even have a babysitter because my babysitter backed out the day I was supposed to get on my flight to leave, like a couple hours before. So I called Rachel, and Rachel saved my butt. She came and watched my kids for me, and she actually drove me to the airport, then watched my kids for me because she was leaving the next day. She had to deal with all sorts of craziness, my dog throwing up, like, different problems. And yeah, thank you, Rachel, because you saved me and made it possible for me to go to conference. And I literally didn't know how I was going to get there. Like, no money, no plan, no nothing, just went. And it was the best thing for me to get there. So, like, when I went, I was getting paid as executive. So for me, like, that's devastating because I joined this business because I needed the money. Like, I needed the opportunity so I could stay home with my babies. And to go from getting paid as a diamond back down to executive, maybe sometimes ruby, like, that was not enough to pay my bills. And I was going out on a limb even going to conference, but I'm glad I went. So I feel like I'm talking so long. Conference was amazing. Like, I went to conference last year and it was kind of just like, but this year conference was life. So just meeting different people, being in that environment again, like, you guys need to get yourselves to events. If you have not gone to an event, even if it's an ODM, a boot camp, whatever, like, get yourself there. You will feel reconnected with the company. You'll remember why you started. You'll hear stories that are just like yours. Like, this person went from basically rags to riches. Like, it's not a get rich quick scheme. We all know that. You need to put in the work, but it is possible. So after conference, I was just like, all right, let's do this. And I got my diamond back. I think you said I grew my volume by like 120%.
Wow.
And yeah, I don't know. What's that?
It was the most in our whole team.
Yeah, it more than doubled. I know that. And then we did the same thing last month. Like, Rachel was ready to run. Heather was ready to run. I couldn't do this without my girls. And, like, going diamond, I knew, like, my head was down. I was just focused on enrolling customers. I enrolled the most customers I've ever enrolled. Like, my old personal record was 22. I doubled it, enrolled 44. And I was just, like, enrolling and placing, enrolling and placing, enrolling and placing. And we all kind of worked together. Like, everyone was enrolling. Everybody was motivated again. And now this past month in March, Heather had her $5,000 bonus that she wanted to go for. Rachel had her mom's $5,000 bonus she wanted to go for. And things were just happening. Like, everybody in Rachel's team was on fire. Everybody in Heather's team was on fire. Casey just came in. She's a new Ruby. She was in the business less than 2 months. I think she joined at the end of February. So it was like a couple days in February and then March, and the girl went Ruby. Like, she made that happen. And everyone just, like, they knew they wanted it. And I was like, okay, like, I didn't have a goal to go double last month. It just kind of happened. I was in kind of like a boohoo me again because I had a fantastic month in February. And then I wasn't enrolling as many loyal customers. And for a red, it's like, all right, well, this isn't good enough. Like, yeah, I'm enrolling, but not as many. So Lindsay Williams reached out to me mid-month, kind of kicked my butt a little bit because us reds need that sometimes. Like, yo, what are you doing? I don't see you in the chats. Like, are you alive? Are you working? And I was like, all right, enough crying. I need to get a few distributors in here. We need to get these people boxed in. Like, Heather needs to get her $5,000 bonus. Rachel needs to get her mom that $5,000 bonus. Like, we're going to do it. So everything kind of came together at the end of the month. I kidnapped Heather for a couple days. She lived on my couch pretty much. And I'm like, because she had a lot of life happen to her too. And I'm just like, you know what? No more excuses. Like, we're getting it done. We're just going to eat, breathe, and like sleep. It works. So that's what we did. Rachel had her team working together, like enrolling customers. I threw a contest together at the end of the month, and everyone just kind of like made it happen with host to post and reaching out to people and working their business. Okay. Like working, messaging, posting, doing what we're supposed to do, right? Like not just sitting here throwing up a post, because I've done that before. Like when I was in my funk, nobody knew because I was posting consistently, but I wasn't reaching out to people. So that's kind of how you hide behind it. Like, yeah, I'm still here, but I'm not actually working. You have to do both. Like posting isn't asking, asking isn't posting. They go hand in hand. Y'all have to work consistently both ways. And we pulled in a lot of volume at the end of the month. I remember Rachel was like over 1,200, maybe 1,400 away or something on the last day. Heather, I can't remember, but like her volume day by day, it cut down like by thirds, and it was just insane. So I remember enrolling like, I don't know, like 6 or 8 or something customers in the last 2 days and just placing them where they needed to be placed. And everything literally happened at the last second. And it was kind of just like, did it happen? Like, this looks really life. Are we double diving, guys? Like, are you diving? Are you emerald? Like, what's going on? So yeah, it was really intense. Jess helped us a lot with charting and staying on top of everything and doing numbers for us. She's really good with that, and it was a real team effort from everybody.
You know, I love that whole story because number one, if anybody that's listening, I want them to hear that it's doable, first of all, because there's nothing crazy, you know, that you guys did that no one else can do. It's all just talking to people and reaching out and messaging and posting and communicating with people. And you guys came together and you did it as a team. And you knew everyone's goals. You found out what everyone's goals were, and you said, let's all win. And you guys all won together. And so I know you guys aren't done. I know you've got a whole lot of people who want that enrolled bonus this month, right?
Yep.
Want to promote this month. So I'm just excited for you guys. Mary Lisa, your story is so awesome. And I'll tell you, just from being in this business for 5.5 years, there was a few times you were at that point where the average person would have just quit.
Yep.
And it was like that, what, you know, in the military, we call a decisive moment. There's like a time that comes, a decisive moment where it's like, okay, this right here is a moment that could define the rest of your future. And, you know, like you making it happen to go to conference was huge. Just a few times that you reached out to people for help when you very easily could have just faded away and went and, you know, got a job or did whatever. And you reached out, and I know that's hard to do for a red personality too.
Yes.
To swallow the pride and just say, hey, I need some help, or reach out to people.
So I know so much of your struggle, and you and I are very much alike in a lot of ways. And I just want you to know that I'm so proud of you. I know what it took for you to get to where you've been, to be where you are right now, and to go from being paid as executive to a brand new double diamond. Like, that's something that you should really be proud about. So I'm really proud of you, girl.
I know you worked hard too, because at the stroke of midnight, I think, is when I started getting those pictures of you passed out on the couch.
Yeah, I totally passed out. I was like, all right, our job's done. I'm done. And like, congratulations, girls. Talk to you in April. But yeah, I was exhausted. But I do just want to tell everybody, like, don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on this business. You started for a reason. Like, obviously, everybody has stuff happen to them, some worse than others. It's really not like, oh, well, you don't understand because you're not in my position. Like, we've all been there. We all have stuff happening. And just to give up is kind of not an option. You need to push through it. You need to reach out for help. And at the end of the day, you do need to remember, like, no matter what Jess would have said to me, whatever you guys would have said to me, my downlines, my sideline, it didn't matter until I made that decision that I was going to go 100% again. Like, y'all were motivating, y'all were trying to help me, but at the end of the day, like, the only variable in what you're going to do in this business is you. So sometimes you got to kick yourself in the butt, put on those big girl panties, and just do it.
So good.
I love it.
Thank you so much for jumping on here. Congratulations for everything.
Thank you.
Accomplished. You know, that is so good, guys, because here's what I'll tell you is that life, we all are going through life, and life doesn't slow down, right? The circumstances are going to keep coming. You're going to keep having kids that get sick, or they have extracurricular activities, or something happens in the family. there's always going to be all kinds of things that happen that could take you out of the game. And that's where you have to just know that this is important enough to stay on course. I love when we talk to Melody McFarland, because she'll tell you that every single time she was going through a major promotion, something crazy happened. Like one time she was going for triples. She found out her sister had cancer, and she said, I want to take off It Works and just be with my sister. And her sister said, no, this is what you were designed to do.
This is what you were born to do.
Born to do this, and you have to go do it. And she literally went, and she was the first person in the whole entire company to go triple, got done, and called her sister first. Her sister congratulated her, and it wasn't long after that her sister passed away. And I think a day or two after that even happened, she had an event to be at. And so life is always going to happen. It's just a matter of how important is your future to you, and how important is your business to you. And then that'll help see you through when the storms come, right? So we want to bring one more person.
We're super excited about this because she literally is killing it. Like, what is today, the 5th?
Yes.
The 5th. And she signed up 20, maybe
20
more than 20 customers. I don't know. But I want to bring her on here because she's using a newer technique, and I want her to share what she's doing. She's using Host to Post, and then she's got something off of that. So I'm really, really excited. You guys should grab your notebooks, take notes on this, because if you want to up your game and be where the big dogs play, then you got to play like the big dogs play. So let me bring on the big dog. All right, Brooke, where are you at, girl? I just unmuted you.
Hi, guys.
Hey, girl.
Well, show me your Smith & Wesson that you've been holding to people's heads.
What?
Brooke. You are out there just killing it. I mean, you had an awesome month last month, but you were about ready to first week.
I know.
So what's going on? Talk to us.
I'm just, honestly, the biggest part of it is I'm doing Host to Post. And I was the person in February who didn't think Host to Post was cool. I was just like, honestly, like, seriously, I did a couple, like a couple meaning like probably I asked like 5 to 10 people to Host to Post for me, like, honestly. And some of them did, some of them didn't, but the ones who did, like, I got like no comments. And so it was really discouraging too, because like some of them were potential distributors. And so they even were like, if I can't even get someone to comment on a post for you, like, I can't do this business. And so I was just like, oh my gosh, like, whatever, it was just discouraging. And I just stuck to messaging people on Instagram in February. And I got 11 customers that you didn't care about in February,
Yeah.
basically. But I did enroll 11 customers in February. All of it was from Instagram. And so then in March, when I think that Mary Lisa and a couple other people had enrolled lots of customers in February. And I'm just like, holy crap, like, you're doing this from Host to Posting and it's not working. And so going into March, it was like the first week. One, I was mad at Chad because he didn't say good job for enrolling 11 customers. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to quiet.
I feel like Chad needs to make a public apology right now, because I feel like I don't want a root of bitterness to be there. So Chad.
No.
Yes, like he needs to do it.
You were just barely short. If you would have had 12, I would have said something.
Oh,
Just kidding.
so
Oh my gosh.
No, that's awesome. You're awesome every single month, and a lot of people.
No, it's just I read, like, he doesn't need to be sorry. It's something that makes me work harder. Okay.
I'm glad that
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
I'm glad that you were teachable though. After that,
Am I cutting out or are they cutting out?
You're not cutting
You're
out.
not cutting out.
Okay, you guys are cutting out a lot and are freezing.
Who's freezing for you guys on here? Are we freezing?
Okay.
They are frozen.
So I can't really hear them.
Just, Brooke, you're good. Just go ahead and talk about what you're doing.
Can you guys still hear me? At least I see you guys commenting. Okay, you guys can still hear me. Okay, hi guys. So I'm running the show now. Okay, so basically what I'm doing is Host to Post. Like I said, I wasn't a big fan of it in February, March. First day of March, I was like, I'm going to do Host to Post. And I just started asking everybody. This is basically what I say. I do my active Facebook friends list, and I'll say no emojis or anything normally. Unless, like, they're just, like, really gorgeous and I'm, like, drooling over the girl, I'll call her gorgeous. But otherwise, it's just like, hey, girl, would you do me a favor? If not, it's cool. Let me know either way. That's it. And so it really makes them, I feel like, be intrigued of like, what do you want? Some people will be like, hey, I can't order anything. And I'll be like, oh, no, you don't have to order anything, but can you post this? And that's literally all I've done. This going in March, I was asking so many people. Again, I've been keeping track so far in April. I've asked about 100 people since April 2nd to host a post for me. 15 people have hosted a post, okay? These are just numbers, so you guys have an idea. 15 people have hosted a post for me, and out of the 15, 5 of them have had between 12 and 100 comments on their post. So literally just goes to show you it's definitely a numbers game. Like same thing for how many people you're, reaching out to. You're going to get yeses and nos. So it just goes to show that the numbers game works with everything. Asked 100 people, 15 people did it. Out of the 15, 5 of them really blew up with comments, right? And then what I'm doing is every single person who comments, I add them on Facebook. And as soon as they're my Facebook friend, I'll send them that message of basically the copy and paste message. And I follow that. What is the initial message you send? It's okay.
Yeah,
Hey,
this
gorgeous.
is the one that you said sometimes you say, hey, gorgeous, sometimes, hey, girl.
Yeah, it just is like, hey, girl, would you do me a favor? If not, it's cool. Let me know either way. And then people are, at the end of the day, people will respond. People will read it and not respond. And then they'll be like, sure, I'll totally do you a favor. And then I send it to them and then they don't. So it doesn't really matter. But so from March 2nd, I had asked 100 people, 15 did it, 5 people's post really, really blew up. I haven't asked anybody else to host a post for me until today because I didn't have very many follow-ups to do today. So in my spare time today, that's what I was doing again. So that was working really cool. Another thing that I just started doing today, which has freaking been amazing, this is all my host to post today, all of my customers who have ordered since April 2nd, I went back and I messaged them. So 21 now. Went back and I said, hey, would you do me a really quick favor? Like, you just bought this product from me, but can you do me a quick favor? And they're like, yeah. And I said, will you go post this on your page? And their message says, you guys, I'm so excited. I just bought this coffee from my friend Brooke. She has a few more spots or whatever. The rest of it's like basically the same message. Just the beginning, it says that they just bought it. And then they're posting it too. And so now their friends are getting on there. And to be honest, some of my customers have been like, no, I can't. Their husbands can't know. Or they're like, oh, well, the girl I seen on your Facebook, like we have all the same friends. There's no point for me to. And I'm just like, okay, that's fine. But I'm asking all of my customers, as soon as they enroll and they're a customer, the next question I'm asking is, really quick, would you do me one last favor? Which I think is really just so cool and exciting. So yeah, that's basically what I've done. And then 4 of my customers this month have come from Instagram, just from being consistent on Instagram and doing what I do on there every single day, just attracting people.
Love it. I'm trying to my fingers are trying to type as fast as you're talking.
Hey, Brooke, I just want to make it official. I'm giving you a double congratulations right now for
Thanks.
already killing it in April and everything you did, making up for all that your other numbers.
Your measly 11 in February.
No, I'm just kidding. I love this new thing you're doing, because what I like to call this is digging, because you have a loyal customer who's already excited, and obviously that's another person who's going to do a host to post, and they just bought, so that just adds so much more credibility to that. And then now they have friends, and of course I'm sure if you get 4 or 5 from that one person that wants to buy, then you're going back and saying, oh my gosh, you should consider being a distributor, right?
Yeah, that's how I got a couple distributors in March, actually. I mean, it's crazy. Some of the posts from Monday are still getting comments on it. And so I'm messaging those girls, and some of them are just complete strangers, like, because they're customers of mine now. And I'm like, you should really think about doing this. And they're just kind of, sitting back and watching. I'm just like, that's fine. Whenever they do decide to order, like, it's going to be a huge, massive enrollments, I feel like, because, I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah, and just to confirm here, you said out of basically you asked 100 people
Yep.
to post, and 15 did.
Yep.
And out of those, 5 of them had how many comments on them?
Between 12 and 20. So
12 12 and 20.
I feel like 12 is a lot still, you know,
Yeah.
or not 12 and 20. Sorry, from 12 to 100, 12 comments to 100, like not 20.
You had one host a post that had 100 comments on it.
Oh, I've had, yeah, a
So how
couple.
many loyals
But
came out of that?
what?
How many loyals do you think came out of that 100 comments?
Well, the funny thing is, she's an old distributor that I personally enrolled 3 years ago. And she gave up because nobody wanted to buy products from her. But today and this week, they want to buy them from me. But a lot of people have actually came from that. I would say probably 5 or 6 customers just from that one girl's post. That just blew up, and it's still getting comments on it now. And now I'm asking her friends who commented to post them, and they've done that. And anybody who I message on the host a post and they decide that they don't want to order it, I ask them to host it too. So if they're like, hey, it's not for me, or hey, I don't have that in my money or budget or whatever, like I ask them to host it too. I'll be like, hey, that's fine. I totally get it. If you change your mind, let me know. But can you do me one really big favor? And then so they're doing it. So like I'm literally asking everybody to host a post for me.
I love it.
Yeah.
Hey, will you do a favor? Will you like make a little file for the Black Diamond team page, and just with these scripts and kind of like the flow of, you know, how your host to post is going, and then when you sign a customer of what you're asking them to do, just so it's all right there in one spot. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be awesome, man. You are just killing it. You're like, everybody's like, what is Brooke doing? Is it legal?
She's working. Everybody's like, what is she doing? She's working. I bet you're working a lot of hours.
I am. I'm so excited too. And honestly, like I feel like I've gotten it so well. Like I told Andrew on the 1st, on April Fool's Day, I'm like, I have not enrolled anybody today. Like my business sucks. I'm sucky. You know, I did all that. And then he was like, well, have you been asking people to do that thing for you? And I'm like, no, I haven't asked anybody. It's freaking Easter, you know? And so I woke up on the 2nd and I just started asking, and I think I enrolled 7 people on the 2nd. And he was like, see? And then every day I'm like, now, honestly, I'm not even kidding. He doesn't even really care if I enroll a customer right now, because he's like, you keep on enrolling them. Like, I'm like, you need to still be excited. And he's just like, has this fake little dance going on. I'm like, no, like you need to be excited. And he's just like, I'm just going to sit back and watch how many you can do. And so I'm not kidding. I'm just like, but, I had something I was going to say there with that. I lost it though. I just got so excited. But, oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. I have it like set up. So even though I've enrolled a lot of customers, I don't feel like my days are so chaotic, to be honest. Like, because I feel like I'm setting myself up so a lot of the enrollments are being enrolled early in the morning before people go to work, lunch breaks, and then after 8:30 at night. Like, because a lot of us have to think about the fact that not our prospects and people we're talking to, like, they don't work on Facebook. They're not on their phone all day like we are. You know, people probably think I'm on crack because anytime they comment, like, I'm right there all of a sudden. Like, I answer back like that, unless I'm, you know, busy cooking or something. But for the most part, like, I feel like I'm by my phone pretty quickly. And I just feel like it's been so well. Like, I've been keeping up with it. I have a notebook. So every single day, because I've had distributors and customers enroll with other distributors in the past because I was a day late to follow up with them. You know, like, that wasn't my thing I was good at. But I have been working so hard on that, you guys. Like, 10 minutes to 20 minutes before they told me that they would be ready, I'm sending my follow-up message. And I feel like people stop there. Like, this is one of the biggest things I've done over the last couple months. People will be like, oh, I followed up with them, they didn't respond. Or they read it and they didn't respond. I'm following up people like 3 times a day. So I send that first message. I'll be like, hey, Brittany, I'm so excited. I have your coffee here ready for you. Let me know as soon as you're ready to get your order placed. That's my first message. Okay, she reads it and doesn't respond. Or maybe she doesn't read it. And then about 8 o'clock at night, I'm going to message her again. So the second time this day, same day. And I say, hey, girl, just want to touch base with you. I haven't heard anything from you all day. I will have your coffee until the end of today. If today's no longer going to be good for you, that's perfectly fine. Just let me know so we can figure out what we can do moving forward. So, like, I feel like they're thinking like, okay, this is like a professional person. So, you know, I told her I was going to do this, and now she already has this saved for me, and they just follow through with it, honestly. But sometimes people have messaged me this week even, and they'll be like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot. oh, but let's do it right now. I feel so bad. And it's just like, if I wouldn't have sent that second message to say that, you know, with that urgency, they wouldn't have enrolled because I wouldn't have messaged them again. And then even I've had to as well the next morning that so the first message, because I was supposed to message them at 1, then about 8 o'clock, I always wait until after 8 because I feel like that's when people are getting their kids to bed and stuff. And then if I send that message and I'm like, oh gosh, now she probably thinks the coffee's gone for her. The next morning, I'll message that same person and be like, hey girl, I really just don't want to let go of this coffee. I know you were so excited. Is today going to be better for you? Like, I'm just like a following up machine to the point where they just order.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I never used to be like that. I used to wait like 2 weeks or, you know, give them time. No, I'm not giving them time. Like, they were excited. They gave me a time that they wanted to order. I know life is crazy, and so I'm just following up until I got blocked today because I followed up with her. I mean, she was supposed to order on Monday, and she didn't. So I was following up with her nonstop, and she blocked me today. I'm like, that's fine. You would have loved the coffee, you know?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, that's so good. Well, Brooke, you're just killing it this month. Killing it.
I'm so excited.
You're hosting the post for coffee mostly.
Yes, I've only done coffee actually, but I don't swear by like the cleanse is great. I've lost weight off of it, but the coffee is something like I will never give it away for free. I'll never give it to anybody. I'll never sell it. Like, you're never getting the coffee. So unless you buy it.
Yeah.
Nobody's messing with your coffee, huh? Because that's for you.
Nobody is. And me and Andrew have before and after pictures of just us with the coffee that we can personally send people. And so yeah, the coffee is, and the thermofire, the other coffee and them together, but mostly it's just coffee.
That's awesome. Well, Thank you, Brooke, for jumping on here and like blowing all of our minds. And
yeah, I send a picture. She asked if I send a picture. I always ask them to have the picture, and I change the picture up like every couple messages. Like my pictures in my phone are coffee pictures right now. And then just so that I can keep working, this was another tip somebody liked last night. So today this girl messaged me and said that she was going to be ready to order tomorrow at 3 o'clock Central Time. Like, I get all that information, Eastern, Central, whatever. And then instead of like writing it down in a planner, I just screenshot our message. And then before I go to bed each night, I go through all my screenshots on my phone with all the times of each person. And then I write them down all that one time. That's just that just works for me. What's your every good prices and get no response? You guys want me to answer the questions, or what do you want me to do later?
Answer them.
Okay, and I lost it. She said, what's your follow-up after you give the price and get no response? So if I send them like the first initial price and they don't answer back, is what you're saying, maybe I message them and I'll be like, hey girl, do you have any other questions? And if they read that and they don't respond, this is all in the same day too, I'll message them and I'll say, hey girl, if it's not for you, that's fine. Would you mind doing me a favor? Like, that's it. If they don't respond after the price, those are the next two things I do. And typically, like, they will be like, yeah, that's fine. It isn't for me. Or they'll be like, hey, my kids, are running around acting crazy. Yeah, I want to order it. Like I said, they're not on their phones working like we are.
Well, and there you're still transitioning them into a host-to-post, even if they don't want to order it.
Yeah, literally everybody I'm transitioning into a host-to-post.
So good. Awesome. Well, thank you, Brooke, for jumping on here and sharing. Oh, wait, one more question. What do you say to get the exact time they're going to order?
So typically they'll be like today, this girl said, just before we got on here, she said, tomorrow's going to be best. That's my payday. And I said, okay, awesome. What time tomorrow is going to work best for you? And she messaged me back and she said after 6 o'clock. And I said, okay, what time zone are you? And I just want to double check so I can put you in on my calendar. She told me. So I took a screenshot of our message, and then tonight I'll go put her name on my on my notebook with the time I'm supposed to message her.
Perfect.
That's good. I love that.
That's great.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So, yeah, I have, just so you'll know, like 15 people supposed to sign up tomorrow.
Ooh,
That's
wow.
it? Only 15?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's odd. That's so good.
But I mean, who knows if they're all gonna enroll? People flake out. But
How are you getting people to give you info ahead of time?
I just ask them. I'll be like, hey, just for me, like I'll say, so if they say like that they're gonna be serious about ordering or whatever, and that I set the time up with them for the next day, I'll just go ahead and say, this is the information that I need. Send me everything but your card information. It just make it easier for tomorrow. Something along those lines, basically. Just really something short and simple. And I always send the picture and the message. I place all my customers. Actually, the only person I didn't place this month was the guy who just ordered, and he wanted to use PayPal. I don't know how PayPal works or anything, and so I let him check out himself. But every other person, I place their order.
Wow. Awesome. Okay.
Cool.
Are you sending before and after pics?
Only if they ask. If they're like, can we see some pictures of this, or, you know, whatever. If not, then I don't. Sometimes I'm like, ooh, I just want to send her because, you know, she sounds like she'd want to see a picture, but she didn't ask me, so no, I don't send it.
Awesome.
Sweet. Well, thanks, Brooke, so much. You're killing it.
You're welcome.
Get more. You pick your brain some more.
All right.
You're amazing, girl. Thank you.
You're welcome, guys.
Bye, girl.
All right, everybody.
Awesome.
Couple more things real quick.
Hurry, because we gotta get back to BOGO.
We got 3 hours of BOGO, so make sure that you're getting your orders in so that you have those cheap wraps on hand that you can sell or make a profit or give away or whatever. And I just wanted to remind you guys that we have the Boom Challenge going on right now on the team page. So every time you sign a customer or distributor, go to the Boom post. You can probably just search Boom, probably find it that way. But go to the post and make sure you're putting your customers and distributors in there, because that's just going to cause us to give away more prizes faster. And we're going to be tracking who goes 400 this month for the first time, who signed up in 2018. We're going to have something special for those people. So if you're new and you sign up in 2018 and you've never been a 400 leg or a 400 PBV, then you do that, you're going to get something special this month. We're going to have a special Zoom for all the top enrollers, for top distributor enrollers, top loyal customer enrollers next month with someone like the Duns or Mike Patillo or somebody like that. So we'll be sharing with you guys who's in the lead. Obviously, Brooke's killing it right now. And anybody who promotes or qualifies in the month of May as a diamond or above is going to get invited to this year, we're going to do a diamond and above retreat. So it's going to be probably out in the mountains of Tennessee, and we usually get about 45, 50
in the
people out
past,
there.
we've done a lot of like movers and shakers, you know, people that could earn their way there by being top recruiters. But this year, we want to spoil our diamonds. And so if you guys if you need to put diamond in your sights, and if you haven't qualified diamond for a while, now's the time to kick it into high gear. This is something for you to work towards, because we really want to have some intimate time with the diamonds and above. And I'm telling you, you guys aren't going to want to miss this. So you're going to want to push your business and really get laser focused on getting diamond and beyond.
Even if you're brand new, if I was brand new and I wanted to be at that retreat, I would just make sure that I go Ruby this month and was as close to Emerald structure as possible. And then next month in May, you'll be able to get diamond done.
Yep.
Okay, so that would be the game plan if that's important to you. And remember too, and some of you might just run for this. If you are a top Emerald enroller between I think it was a conference, right? Conference in the end of May. If you enroll the most personally enrolled Emeralds on your team, and you're one of the top 15, then you get to go
to the island,
to Mark's, his ranch. And I think the top 3 get flown over to the island. So all kinds of crazy, awesome things on the table that are on top of an already amazing compensation plan. So just decide what you guys want and just run for it, and let us know if there's anything we can do to help you out. So
let's go, BOGO.
Awesome night. Let's BOGO.